Hello everyone, welcome. Let's get started. Emily and the Secret Garden. Emily didn't have any brothers or sisters, and her parents were often busy working. But Emily was never bored because she loved being on her own in the garden. She liked listening to the birds singing in the trees, and she loved looking for insects and other small creatures in the long grass. One day, Emily found a frog in a bucket. Or rather, the frog found Emily. It popped its head up right next to Emily, looked her straight in the eye, and seemed to want to talk to her. Emily could feel that the frog was special. "I'll call you Mr. Hopper," she said. Just then, Mr. Hopper hopped out of the bucket. He jumped through the long grass and across the garden. Emily was curious and followed him. He suddenly stopped at a big stone. Mr. Hopper looked at the stone, and then he looked at Emily. Emily immediately knew what Mr. Hopper wanted her to do. She pushed back the big, heavy stone, and there was a strange-looking hole. The hole looked small from the outside, but it seemed very big and bright on the inside. Mr. Hopper looked at Emily again and then hopped quickly into the hole. "What shall I do?" thought Emily. "Shall I follow him? Where will the hole take me?" Emily felt a tiny bit scared, but she was excited at the same time. She put her foot into the hole very slowly, and then Emily put her foot into the hole very slowly, and then down, down, down she went. It wasn't a regular hole at all, it was a tunnel that spiraled downwards in a corkscrew shape. The walls glowed with a soft, green light, making it easy to see even though it was quite deep. Emily held her breath a little, but the air was fresh and smelled like damp earth and something sweet, like flowers. After a while, the tunnel opened up into a large, bright cavern. The walls were smooth and glittery like they were made of giant crystals. In the center of the cavern, there was a beautiful, bubbling spring. The water was crystal clear and shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. Next to the spring sat Mr. Hopper, but he looked different now. He was much bigger, taller than Emily even, and he was wearing a tiny golden crown on his head. "Welcome, Emily," boomed a deep, yet gentle voice. Emily looked around, startled, but couldn't see anyone else. "It's me, Mr. Hopper," the voice chuckled, coming from the Frog King himself. "This is my true form." Emily gasped. "A talking Frog King? But why did you bring me here?" "Because you have a kind heart, Emily," the Frog King explained. "You saw past my appearance and helped me when I needed it. This place is a secret garden, hidden deep underground. It needs someone with a kind spirit to look after it." Emily's eyes widened. "Look after it? But how?" "It's not hard," the Frog King reassured her. "Just talk to the plants, sing to the flowers, and make sure the spring stays clean. The garden will thrive with your love." Emily thought for a moment. This was incredible. A secret garden to care for, a talking Frog King as a friend, it sounded like a dream. "I'd love to," she finally exclaimed, a big smile spreading across her face. The Frog King smiled back. "Excellent. Now, let me show you around." And so began Emily's incredible adventures as the caretaker of the magical underground garden. She spent her days talking to the friendly flowers, listening to the wise old trees whisper secrets in the breeze, and making sure the spring water stayed sparkling clean. The Frog King became her best friend, and they shared many happy times together in the hidden paradise. One day, while Emily was singing a song to a new cluster of blooming flowers, she realized something important. It wasn't just the garden that thrived with her care, she did too. She felt happier, braver, and more confident than ever before. Being kind and taking care of something special gave her a joy she never knew existed. Even though she still missed her parents sometimes, Emily knew that she had found a place where she truly belonged. And whenever she felt a little lonely, she just had to step outside, close her eyes, and listen. For even though the magical garden was hidden deep underground, the feeling of wonder and joy it brought her filled her whole world. Just like Emily, even small acts of kindness can have a big impact. Look for ways to be kind to the world around you, big or small. Plant a flower, help a friend, or simply smile at someone who looks down. You never know the magic you might create. I hope you enjoyed this story. Like and subscribe to Go English Stories for more interesting stories. See you in my next video.